Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my November book haul and I've been good. Yes, don't die of shock. Not only is there less than 30 books, there is less than 25 books. There is less than 23. There is 22 books only that I'm showing you today. I've only bought 16 books and I've been gifted 6. So, I have been good. I told you I'd be good. I told you that I was wanting to try and be good for getting ready for Christmas. I don't know if I'll get books for Christmas. I normally do, but I wanted to try and be happy with that. I have been a bit unhauling some of my read books after read versus unread video because I like to have a bit of shelf space. Obviously, you would have already seen by now that I wouldn't have seen is how my numbers have gone down this month because that would have gone on my wrap-up part. But I wouldn't have seen that yet because I'm recording this beforehand. But for the Emily calendar, I've been really good. I'm filming this on the 27th, which is very late in the month. Next month I'll be filming it on the 26th, so the Emily calendar will go up to Boxing Day. Yes, filming on Boxing Day is slightly crazy, but I've got to work the 27th. And I don't want to have everything all jumbled on a bit too close. So, for a change, my book hauls are going to be shorter. This book haul. Don't know how December will be, depending on. I know that Chris will get me 3 books at least. I know that Charlie's getting me a book. I don't think my mum and my other sister are getting me books. May get books for my booktube friends. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Don't want to predict. I don't ask for anything. My Amazon wishlist is always there as an option if people want to get me gifts. I never ever expect anything, and I'm so grateful for whoever is doing this Amazon anonymous person every month. I keep getting a book. I'm so grateful to that person. I wish I knew who you are, but thank you so much. Anyway, I'm rambling again, so let's show you. I have actually got some historical fiction books this month. Last month I didn't get any, so this month I've kind of caught up a little bit. So let's show you what I've got. So the first gift was a gift from Chris, and that is My Recipe for Christmas by Jo Thomas. I don't know if I'll read it this Christmas or whether I'll read it next Christmas. To be honest, I'm tempted to read it in the second half of December, so I'm going to buy it and then read it in a straight month. Chris bought it for me, technically. It was because it was I allow myself one Morrison's treat a month, a few of the work treats, but this one was from him because something had happened and I can't even remember what, but he said I could have it. And it's got recipes at the back of it. It's got a little postcard, little Christmas postcard, which I need to put somewhere. I need to actually put that somewhere, actually. Sod it, I'm going to put that somewhere. And this is Jo Thomas's latest book. I love Jo Thomas's book. She's one of my most read authors this year. And this is Take One Woman Longing for a Perfect Christmas. All Clara has wanted for Christmas is to be surrounded by her loved ones. From warmth, delicious food. So when her new boyfriend asks her to move to Switzerland, she can't help but say yes. After all, what could be more perfect than Christmas in the Alps? Add a dash of surprise. She quickly signs up for a tempting chocolate making class, but it turns out to be a chocolate making boot camp. And her boyfriend isn't all he seems either. Ooh. And enjoy the magical festive treat. That does sound really good. And then from the anonymous Amazon person, I got The Christmas Cottage by Sarah Morgan, which is her latest book. This is definitely getting saved for next year because it is I'm reading one of hers at the moment, unless I read it in January. That's another possibility. Because I'm getting so few books, I am getting possibilities. And that will this Christmas finally bring comfort and joy? Imogen loves her job as an events organiser, but her colleagues are in awe of her. But Imogen isn't the person she pretends to be. She's hiding painful truths about her past. But as long as she can keep on top of her work, Imogen can put everything else to one side. An act of kindness. And then Imogen makes a catastrophic mistake at work and finally realises it's time to reset. When her former client, Dorothy, invites her to spend Christmas with her and her family in a perfect cottage in the Cotswolds, it sounds like the perfect way for Imogen to take stock. Does sound really good. Wait, is he? Then Thomas got me 2 books to cheer me up. He bought me, I don't know when I'm going to read this because it's Dick Francis' Omnibus. I've never read Dick Francis, but I know Alice used to talk about him all the time, and they're like thriller readers. It's a thriller books, and I don't know anything about this. There's 3 novels captivated to take his fans and new. So Stay Ride is David Cleveland has gone to Norway on a straightforward looking case. An English jockey has gone missing, and so has the racehorse takings. A simple case that goes awry when a dead body turns up unannounced. Proof, wine merchant Tony Beach, and that's where wine merchant Tony Beach witnesses a tragic accident when a runaway horse box plows into a marquee. And then last one, banker Tim Eriksson, merchant bank, is about to invest 5 million of prime horse flesh in a stallion called Sandcastle. Top breeders reckon he's the safest bet in racing, but is it? All I know is that we used to tease Alice about her thick books, and this one is like over 1,000 pages long, so it's now going into my biggest books that I own. In fact, it's 1,031 pages. So, I don't know when I'm going to get to that. But Thomas randomly chose it. I don't know why him and Ava, but it's waiting to see. It's a bit of a random one, but I can't turn it down. He's obviously got a good impression. This one does actually look... This was a real random one he's chosen for me. Mary Corrin's Imperial Light. A young heroine abandoned and betrayed, and an epic empire-wide quest fantasy. So this is a fantasy book. It's quite short, but the pages are really short. So the printing is really small. A ruling force of evil, the priesthood, is killing the land. It's fantasy. I'm going to give it a go. I'm grateful for Thomas and Elaine for thinking about me. This is the one probably I would want to read more than the other one, but it's a sweet thought, so I will get to it at some point. Then I got two from the lovely Angela from Reading Off My Shelf. The first one is Kindling, which will be saved for next autumn because it's an autumn book by Bonnie Woods. One grumpy Scottish woodsman, one uprooted city girl, one autumn that changes everything. So this is saved for next autumn. A snug autumnal retreat in the Highlands is the perfect escape for Harper until she's stranded in the forest with nowhere to stay. Fraser, a gruff local woodcutter, reluctantly offers her his Lumberland Jack's cabin on the one condition she mustn't distract him from his duties. But Fraser is finding his beautiful guest annoyingly hard to ignore, and the way he chops firewood, dogged, powerful and precise, is distracting Harper too. Ooh. Does it really good. And then she got me a book. Then, whoa, sorry about that. I did not realise that was going to fall out. Then she got me this book. She has read it, The Best Text Ever by Nadia El-Fassar, and she gave me the gorgeous Waterstones Classic Edition. It is a witchy book. It's beautiful. Apparently, it's a very saucy fantasy witchy book. When it comes to love, sometimes it needs a little recipe and a little bit of magic. Dina, a skilled kitchen witch and a cafe owner, is serving magic-infused pastries to her loyal customers, but it is hard not to feel something is missing when you're cursed to hurt anyone who falls for you. And then there's Scott, a museum curator recently back in London after a brutal breakup 2 years ago. He's looking to make up for all the time he's missed. He's determined to be the perfect best man at his best friend's wedding. But plans take an unexpected turn when he meets a bewitching maid of honour. Ooh. I can't really wait for this. It's got gorgeous end pages as well as sprayed edges. This is going to be one when I really need a witchy, romancy, fun, saucy bit. I will be reading it then. Then, see, if you watch my gratitude journal, I went book shopping with my youngest sister Vicky. We went to all the charity shops. It wasn't just books. We went into clothes shops and like Christmassy shops, and we did loads. But considering we went into probably between 15 to 20 books charity shops, I got 10 books. We thought I got 11, but I did get 10 because one of the books, well, technically I did buy 11, but one of them I had to return to my charity shop because I turned out I'd already got it. Bit of a boo-boo, hey, or I'd already read it. I can't remember which one, but I got 10. So for me, I thought that was quite good. Considering the rest of it, I only got 6 books after that. How the hell did that happen? I just realised I got 10 in one trip and then I only got 6. Who am I and what have you done with it, Emily? I'm quite surprised. But I just think I'm not just buying for the sake of buying now. I think I'm being really picky about what I buy. Like even in my charity shop where I work, I don't always buy books every week. Whereas I used to buy like 4 to 5 every week. Now I've cut it right back. Although I think I may go and treat myself soon. I may go, it's payday. I'm filming this on the 27th. Tomorrow's payday. I'm going to go and get myself a few books. I think I'm going to treat myself. But I can't do this. I'm feeling like I can't buy too many because I've got to buy books for presents and I've got to do that. You lot are more important. Anyway, enough rambling. So I've got 10 books that I got in that shopping trip. I'll go through those separately and then I'll show you the other ones I got. The first one I'm showing you is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, which is a Little Mermaid retelling. Before the story of Little Mermaid, there were 3 friends, one magic, one royal, and one already dead. Evie has been racked with guilt since her best friend Anna drowned. So when a girl appears on the shore in an uncanny resemblance to Anna, Evie befriends her with efforts to make amends. As the 2 girls catch the eyes and hearts of 2 charming princes, Evie believes she might finally have the chance for a happy ever after. But Evie's best friend has secrets. And while Evie tries to do everything she can to help her discover, too late, the truth of her bargain. Ooh, that does look good. Retelling, gotta be good. Then I found one in the Chrissy Barlow series, which I'm collecting, and it's Heartcross Castle. This is one of the only ones I don't own. And this is probably quite early on in the series. And it's the second chance when Grandfather Marley passes away. Grace Power discovers she's been left the beautiful but crumbling estate of Heartcross Castle. As a single mom of 3, Grace has no idea what she's going to do with it. But who can say no to a roof over their kids' heads and a chance to get away from her past hurts? And a forever home. Heartcross Castle is full of secrets, especially a lost secret security deposit box that holds the truth to everything. But when celebrity chef Andrew Glassett sets his eye on the castle, to make matters worse, mistakes Grace as the new housekeeper. Grace tells him that there's absolutely no chance he's getting his hands on her home. Can't wait to read this. It does look fun. A bit of a random one. I read another book by Camilla Shamsi, and I liked it. I think it was Homefront. What was it called? I can't remember what it's called, but I read one book by this author and I thought it was really good. I'm going to see if there's... I think this is one of her newer ones then, because I can't see. Homefire, yeah, I read Homefire by her, and I thought it was really good. So this one is a bit of a different one. I'm not sure if it's contemporary or not, because part of the timeline is actually in 1988, so I'm tempted to move it over to my historical fiction, actually. Yeah, I think I will, actually. So it's Mariam and Zahara meeting at 1988. Karachi, the dictatorship has fallen and a woman has come into power. For 2 14-year-old girls whose world until now has revolved around George Michael, Jackie Collins and politics of school, life suddenly seems full of possibilities. Elated by change, they make the snap decision at a party that alters their lives forever. And then you've got Zahara and Mariam. 3 decades later in London, the now influential women remain bound together by the memory of that night. But when two troubling figures from their past resurfaces, they must finally confront the bedrock differences and find out whether their friendship can survive. Not sure where this is going to go. Still can't decide. Might put that on a random one. Then I remember this book being talked about over social media at one point. I can't remember, but it's All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn. Sometimes family can be found in unexpected places. Don't we all know that? And meet Ava Martinez Green, the only child full of questions about her beginning. Between her emotionally absent mother and her physically absent father, there's no one to answer them. And Eva convinced all is not as it seems. So why are there no baby pictures of her? Why do her parents avoid questions of her early years? Sorry, there's a sticker on this. And when her parents' relationships crumbled, Eva began a journey to find these answers herself. It does look really good. I will have to. I can't leave stickers on books. It annoys the hell out of me. But anyway, that one does look good. It is a contemporary, so I will go and put that away. And I'll deal with that another time. And then to a book that I found in one of the charity shops. It's quite a random one, but apparently Charlie owns. And this is the Door to Door Bookshop, which is a translated fiction. I got a signed copy for like £1, which has got to be good. See that signed copy? It is said that books have their own readers, but sometimes they need someone to show them the way. It's translated fiction. It's about a bookshop. Carl may be 72, but he's young at heart. Every night he goes door to door to delivering books by hand to his local customers, carefully selecting the perfect story for each person. One evening, 9-year-old Satasha appears. Loud and precocious, she insists on accompanying him, and even tries to teach him a thing or two about books. When Carl's job at the bookstore is threatened, will the the old man and the girl in the yellow raincoat be able to restore Carl's way of life and return to the joy of reading to his life. Ooh, that's really good. Really looking forward to that one. Then at the end, because I'd been good, Vicky said, "Go and treat yourself to a book." I was going to go to Waterstones, but at Waterstones it was like £10. Then I remember seeing on the Works website that they had it for £5 or £5.50. So I got the next one in the this series, the Cinnamon Bun Book Club. I did enjoy the Pumpkin Spice Book Club, but I didn't love it. But I've heard this one looks really good. It's about the word bookstore. So Kat, you will be reading with me at some point. And then when a secret message turns up hidden in the Cinnamon Bun Bookshop, Hazel can't understand it. A secret codes appear between the pages. She decides to follow the trail of clues, and she needs someone to help her. And then gorgeous, outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for adventure, and a scavenger hunt looks like lots of fun. Even better than the cute bookseller who's been crushing on for months. We saw these guys in the first book in the series. I can't wait to follow their story. Really, really excited about that. Then to a book that I screamed when I saw it in the charity shop. Vicky literally had to cover her eardrums. And this is The Witch's Guide to Fate Dating a Demon. I saw this book on Kirsten's channel from Reading Nymph. I love the look of it. It's got witches, fake dating, there's a demon in it. I talk about this quite a lot in my gratitude journal, which I'll link down below. And it's about Muriel, who's been prophesied to be the most powerful witch seen by centuries, but she prefers baking bread to brewing potions. But when a spell goes wrong, Muriel finds herself staring down at a demon, and one she inadvertently summoned for a soul bargain. Osroth the Ruthless is a legend amongst his kind, but since the bargain went awry, he's been a laughingstock. A deal with Marion can earn him back his deadly reputation. However, getting Marion to sign over a soul is going to be a lot harder than anticipated. This I screamed. I now want the second, because I found the second one in the charity shops everywhere, and some of the bookshops when I went shopping with Kat. But I hadn't found this, so now that I found this, I want the second one. What is it with me in series? Then a book that's not been on my wish list since it came out. This is The Philosophy of Love by Rebecca Ryan. I read My Extraordinary Life by her as a tandem book last year, and I enjoyed it, so I wanted this book. What is love? Is it something spiritual or wholly physical? Can our feelings be explained and quantified? Or are we two halves of a whole? Ask Alice and Luke, and you'll find vastly different answers. Oh, is that the character's called Alice? That's going to be emotional. Despite her world having recently dismantled in a messy breakup, Alice would tell you that love is the most important, albeit inevitable, of the human experiences. When she crosses paths with her local school nemesis, Luke, he challenges this. Luke is a scientist and certain that love can be measured and explained just like everything else. This is going to be safe for February. No question. Then to another book because I enjoy this author. This is The Island Love Song by Emma Cowell. I love this author's books. I've enjoyed them. This is set in Greece. It's going to be safe for the summer next year. It's about in Hydra is the picturesque Greek islands, and it's a paradise for most. Yet for sisters Ella and Georgia, it's a place where their darkest secrets dwell, and now the time has come for them to confront their past as they return to scatter their mother's ashes. Ella is haunted by a love song that she written for a man who broke her heart years earlier, and longs to find peace where she can finally move on with her life. Georgia pretends that everything in life is perfect, but she's plagued with guilt. If what she's hidden for decades was revealed, the family would never be the same again. This looks really good. And then lastly in this haul, The Island Swimmer by Lorraine Kelly, and this is when the tide turns, you can't hold back. When Evie's father falls desperately ill, she returns to the family home of Wild Orkney a place where she's sworn never to come back to. As Evie clears out her father's neglected house to prepare for it, lonely she finds herself drawn to a group of cold water swimmers led by her old friend Freya. This looks really good. I'm really looking forward to it. Then to the books that I didn't buy in with Vicky. So I've realised this is already 20 minutes long, so I need to cut it back a little bit. I've got The Library of Lost Love by Norrie Clarke, which is one of my Waterstones ones. No, one of my Works ones. It's got the word library. That's what I fancied it. Behind the closed door in Notting Hill, a story is waiting for an ending. Joan has spent too long alone with her memories of the man she walked away from one Manhattan evening years ago. In the need of company, she advertises for a lodger. Jess knows it's time to move on from her best friend's couch when she's been crashing since her boyfriend emptied out her heart and all her savings. But when she responds to an advert for a lodger, but Jess has no idea how life's about to change. This doesn't look really good in me. Contemporary? God, there's loads of contemporaries. So I got the most recent one in the Marion Keyes Wolf Girl series. I know her latest one, The Favourite, escapes out in paperback in February, so I'll be getting it in paperback, so all my copies match, or actually all bar one. And I listened to this one on audio, so this one technically is going to be a reread because I listened to it on audiobook. But it's quite far along in the series. It is actually the sequel to Rachel's Holiday in a lot of ways, so I know it was very well publicised when it came out. I don't need to know more than that. It's one that I'm really looking forward to. Then I've got some historical fiction now. I've got Stargazers by Harriet Evans, which is one of her more recent books. I do enjoy this author's historical fictions. I don't love them, but I do enjoy them. You have different timelines. One is then Fainhall. Sarah has spent her lifetime trying to bury the memories of her childhood, the constant fear and horror of her childhood days, and Fane, the vast crumbling house that was the sole obsession of her mother Iris. A woman as beautiful as she was cruel. And you've got 1969 Hampstead. Rescuing herself from the shadows of Fane and her mother, talented Sarah forges a career as a celloist and married a love of her life, Daniel. But when they move into the rambling near derelict home in Hampstead, trying to get on with the business of becoming a family, Sarah finds that her past will not let her go. What will it hold? What is the hold that Fainhall has over her and her mother? Really, what's that? Then we've got another historical fiction book, The Forgotten Shore by Sarah Main. Two timelines, one set in 1940, one set in 1980, so it's both historical fiction. Wounded in Action in 1940 is Archie Maxwell returns to the Scottish family estate of Rosalie, but between the uneasy company of his father's new wife and the nightmares that will haunt him, he finds the house more than a battleground than a refuge. And you've got 1980, journalist Eva Bain arrives for the Rosalie looking for a story, but since Archie's disappearance 40 years ago, the Maxwells have lived in the shadow, and Eva is drawn into the mystery, especially when a glimpse of the photograph stirs up the long-buried memories of her childhood in Newfoundland. That's good. Then I've got some wartime books. Basically, I bought the next two from the works in the 3 for £6 and didn't realise one of them was book 4 and I hadn't read book 3, so I had to buy book 3, which I'll show you after. The first one is Christmas at the Bomber Girls, so this will be ready in January or late December because I have actually read The Wedding for the Bomber Girls, so this will get read pretty quickly because I'm collecting that series now. And this will be a Christmas the Bomber Girls will never forget. Pearl, Thea and Jenny fling themselves into making Ben's not as festive as it could be for their Christmas debut, but disaster strikes when Pearl's husband Greg crashes behind enemy lines and is reported missing. I don't want to go into more detail because this is third in the series, but I'm hoping for a happy ending because I don't want Greg to be hurt. I liked Greg. Then I bought this one, The Quality Street Christmas, little realising that I read the first two in the series, The Quality Street Girls and there's another Quality Street one. But I've got this one, which is the Christmas one. And then I realised that I actually needed the third one. And it's so I'll tell you about this one next, which is The Quality Street Wedding. Love is in the Air for the Factory Girls. But I thought I bought it in paperback, but it turned out, no! Got it from maybe books in hardback, but hey ho. And this is about rumours of the war with Germany has been all over the papers for months. It's hard for everyone at the Quality Street Factory to get their head around the air raids and the threats of bombing to distract themselves. The girls are betting on the most likely to announce wedding bells. Renee and Peter are seemingly perfect for each other, but as a married woman, Renee would never be allowed to keep the job that has meant so much to her. Mary is fallen in with the manager for the factory girls, despite being strictly against the company rules. Okay, she's fallen for home. Okay. Even spiteful Dolly has got a new young man in her sights. So, and then you've got this one, which is about Rennie Colger has managed to get herself into the wrong side of her employees. Mary has her hands full getting used to married life, so obviously something happened. I don't want to go into more details because they're like different ones in the series. But, yeah, they're Christmas books and they're wartime books, so I did it. I finally got some historical fiction. Admittedly, there was only 5 historical fiction, 6 if you count that one. 3 fantasy. No, 4 fantasy. 1 thriller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12 contemporary. That's what I'm reading though. So they're going in and they're going out as pretty much quickly. So what have you guys been buying in November? Have you got any of these books you think I should prioritise? I'd love to hear you chat in the comments. If you got to the end of this video, I think just leave me a shopping bag emoji, because I just can't think of anything else and I'm not going to stress today. Leave me a shopping bag emoji if you got to the end of this video. Love to let's chat in the comments. I really enjoy that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribe yet. Bring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.